Nigeria, all manner of protocol should be observed. I'd like to start by thanking the organizers of this summit, the Entrepreneurial Summit Group, and the public sector, anchored led by Dr. Elumelu. When the MC was introducing, he talked about my instinct in the banking industry. And I thought the audience should know that some people grew and mentored the young ones to the level of mentor them to the level we got to. And one of those who taught our lives, my life in particular, as we try to move on the ladder. Greeting almost every time. I used to have to greet like me to the master. If you ever grow, I'll grow your boss. I first like to talk about a topic that is very dear to my heart. A few weeks ago, the President convened the Presidential Summit, or Private Sector Presidential Summit, on how to move the economy forward. I did have a small window to say something, and what I spoke about is not too different from what I was speaking on tonight. And I spoke about the fact that a lot is said, a certain mindset about Nigeria, and as a country, I believe that is the first battle we need to overcome if we need to have to seriously address the issue of economic development. So when the organizers of the Economic Summit Group approached me for this opportunity that I'm very grateful for, I reflected on what the topic should be. Then it dawned on me that the whole thing of this summit is on attractive foreign direct investment in Nigeria. So I said to myself, if that is the thing, it presupposes therefore that there's a gap, or that we can do better as it relates to FDI. So the next question was, if we can't do better in that space, why can't we do it as much or as well as we should be doing as it relates to FDI? So I again started thinking, as we used to think in the banking industry, and I finally came up with the theme of my presentation tonight, which is, it is only in our country that even these things can happen. This story is possible only in our country. Those stories about corruption, by those they describe domestic corruption, infrastructure challenges, policy inconsistencies, and on. But in this country also, and despite the existence of these rigidities, constitutional laws, we have so many success stories. And I thought all of us will not be helping our economy if we fail to also share those success stories with people. And today, I have a few stories that are quite factual, empirically verifiable, and in fact I'll mention names. And I'll mention names. So that is the story I want to share with us tonight. So the first story I want to share is the case of a certain company that I believe what he did, the son we are showing here, a man who conducted an extremely transparent process for the sale of that's one story the world also forgets to tell about Nigeria. I was chatting with the Prime Minister of Pakistan about 2 weeks ago, and he told me that how Pakistan did a lot of what they did in Pakistan, how they organized their transparent. I said, where did it happen? He mentioned to me, I said, it happened in Nigeria before that. So congratulations. We need to celebrate good stories about Nigeria, not the bad stories of So a GSM license or a bid grant was auctioned, and the second company paid $285 million at the time and got the license. Nigeria was seen by the company, some of the company's executives, and the country, the investors in the country, as a very risky bet. Institutional investors punished the company. The company's stock price dropped for going into Nigeria to do business, was spending whopping $285 million to do business in Nigeria. And as analysts will always say, why do we go to Nigeria? Nigeria had fewer than 4 landlines per every 1,000 people, extremely limited wireless capacity, and a global market. Why don't we go to that market? And shareholders were extremely worried and did, as I said, for one company. But this company, first year, so despite all of this, the company decided to go to Nigeria. Coming to Nigeria, the process was transparent. Again, despite what I was told about the massive corruption, etc. in Nigeria. And in first year of rollout, the company had 300,000 subscribers. Today, 10 years down the line, the company has 40 million subscribers, but to put in proper perspective so we understand what 40 million is, the total population of South Africa is plus or minus 10% above or below what, plus or minus 10% of what we're talking about here, in terms of subscribers in Nigeria, and it is growing. If you put Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, it's not too different from the total subscriber base of this company in Nigeria. Today, in 2010, the company reported about $17 billion globally in revenue, out of which about $5 billion came from Nigeria alone, 1 year. The company invested 10 years ago, $285 million. The company was punished for investing in a bad economy. Today, or 2010, that company has made $5 billion profit in that same country. And for the Nigerians who are privileged in shareholders of that company, I'm sure you do get SMS a lot. That's in Nigeria. So, in terms of the overall subscriber base of this company, about 30% comes from Nigeria. And Nigeria is clearly the most profitable subsidiary of this company, contributing about 30% that we saw 15 and 17. And that was 2010. If you go with the dividend that the shareholders have earned this year, I think you can imagine this year's performance will be a lot bigger than what is being. So that's the case of a company in Nigeria. This company does not exist or operate in Nigeria without the usual problems we hear about, the problem of corruption, problem of infrastructure efficiency, highly to roll out, have your mass stations and mass stations in Nigeria where there's no infrastructure, you can't even have security over this infrastructure that you need. So, which company are we talking about? Which company? So that is the case of a patent case empirically verifiable case of a company, one Nigerian company that decided to come into Nigeria to do business, and this is what has happened in a period of 10 years. Only in Nigeria is this story possible. More cases. So there's another company. So I've talked about NTN, an African multinational from South Africa coming to West Africa. So let's talk about a Western or European type company that also decided to ignore all of these negative stories about Nigeria and come together to do business. Let's see how they are also prepared. And set up the plant in the head and continue. I think all this time in terms of the 1960s delivery and continue the operations in Nigeria. So I don't have. Can you? So the company again faced some of the challenges that we have about on it. Distribution, logistic challenges, power issue, port congestion, importation challenges, etc. So, where is the company today? In terms of turnover, the company grew from close to 50% from 62 of close to $500 million in 2007 to close to $1 billion and $1 billion in June 2011. Again, despite all the challenges that we have in Nigeria. Operating profit increased from about $94 million in 2007 to over close to $200 million in 2011. The company's emerging market, Africa is the part of the emerging market of this company. It started about $17 billion globally in revenue, out of which about $5 billion came from Nigeria alone, 1 year. The company invested 10 years ago, $285 million. The company was punished for investing in a bad economy. Today, of 2010, that company has made $5 billion profit in that same country. And for the Nigerians who are privileged to shareholders of that company, I'm sure you do get SMS alert. That's in Nigeria. So, in terms of the overall subscriber base of this company, about 30% comes from Nigeria. And Nigeria is clearly the most profitable subsidiary of this company, contributing about 30% at the start of 15 and 17. And that was 2010. If you go with the dividend that the shareholders have paid this year, I think you can imagine this year's performance will be a lot bigger than what is being. So that's the case of a company in Nigeria. This company does not exist or operate in Nigeria without the usual problems we hear about, the problem of corruption, problem of corruption efficiency, hiring to roll out having mass stations and mass stations in Nigeria where they're doing infrastructure, you can't even have security over this infrastructure that you need. So, which company are we talking about? Which company? So that is the case of a passive case, empirically verifiable case of a company, one Nigerian company that decided to come into Nigeria to do business, and this is what has happened in a period of 10 years. Only in Nigeria is this story possible. More cases. So there's another company. So I've talked about NTN, an African multinational from South Africa coming to West Africa. and set up a plant in the elections and continue. I think all this time in terms of the 1963 and continue the operations in Nigeria. Sorry, I don't have. Can you? So the company again faced some of the challenges that we have on distribution and logistic challenges, power issue, port congestion, importation challenges, etc. So, where is the company today? In terms of turnover, the company grew from close to 50% from 62 of close to $500 million in 2007 to close to $1 billion and $1 billion in June 2011. Again, despite all the challenges that we have in Nigeria. Operating profit increased from about $94 million in 2007 to over close to $200 million in 2011. The company's emerging market, Africa is the part of the emerging market of this company. Contributes 50% of the company's total profit. And Africa is the largest contributor to the emerging market. The company carved Africa as an autonomous region with Nigeria being the key market in Africa. Today, this company, as you've seen, has done very well in Nigeria, the same Nigeria that has the institutional voice and the that I've talked about, that everyone talks about. So there was something good about this country. There must be something good about this country. People who are seeking safe and good investment destination should begin to look in this direction. So, again, which country is this? Which company is this? Yes. See, I'm sure some people have this kind of thing. Again, only in Nigeria is this story even possible. Possible that despite the challenges we talk about, we have companies that are doing well in this market. A few more examples. In 2005, in the financial services space, we had a significant combination that occurred in the industry of fifth largest bank at the time and the third largest bank coming together to form the UBA. So we have also today's session. We had one of our best as a country. In fact, one of Africa's best. Acknowledged by us here and globally also acknowledged as one of the best at this continent in terms of entrepreneurship. Within a period of, I'd extend, you can say, 10 to 15 years, from trading and importing some commodities into the country, has set up a factory that has capacity to serve us here and some of our tangential Southern African countries. Not too long ago, despite the market corrections, this company was listed on the stock exchange at about $12 million. It is only in Nigeria that this kind of story can happen. There was something good about this company. And let's come back to the Nollywood sector. The first major Nigerian introduced in 1960s, 60s by Elumelu. But to work until 1992 with the living in bondage episode that this industry actually got exposed. So you can really say that it took off in 1992. And this industry has a full entrepreneurial. We do have an awful like other nationalities, but it is so unfair to paint the entire population as the very problem. But let's go back to the problem. What do we learn from this story? First is Nigeria has an extraordinary demographic profile. Below 29 years, account for over 50% of our population. That's huge. And so for foreign investors who are seeking new markets to sell their goods, they should learn from MTN, we should learn from Guinness and others, and come to Nigeria. In terms of workforce, we do have quite a lot of people who are employable, who are productive, and well-trained, both within and in diaspora, who are ready to come back and take up challenges. That exists in Nigeria and would assist investors and companies that want to do business in this country. Nigeria remains, everyone says it, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. GDP average of 8% despite the financial economic crisis that the world has gone through. Companies should think of how to take advantage of this. Untapped, abundant natural resources. It was said this morning, there one of the scholars talking about mining. Petroleum. The totality of it already has a lot. Almost everything is waiting to be exploited. We need MTN in other sectors. We want people, both Nigerian entrepreneurs and the foreign associates and foreign business investors, African-minded foreign investors, to take advantage of opportunities in this case. We have, as a country, the country has embarked on a reform program, which Dr. Shafin is a key part of. And we listen to the President of Nigeria today. We have Dr. Elumelu driving the management team. We can't have it. Nigeria has assembled world-class people who have helped other economies to come and fix our economy. There's no better time than now for people to look in this direction to make investments. In so many African countries, you see work style and work pattern, how the difference across countries. Nigeria stands out, and foreign investors should take advantage of this. So, national by any standard, they have succeeded and are succeeding in Nigeria. If they succeeded and succeeded in Nigeria, despite the problems everyone throws up every time we talk about Nigeria, it means it holds huge opportunities for others. It's to encourage others. And so the message tonight is not just a message to foreign direct investors. It's also a message to Nigerian entrepreneurs. Let us see the entire Southern Africa and as our market. Nigeria is a huge market. Let's take advantage and have more capacity to take advantage of the entire region. Nigeria is full of people who are entrepreneurial, innovative, and ready to leverage opportunities and adopt technology. This applies to Nollywood, second largest film producing association. When did they start? 1982. So a lot of ingenuity, innovativeness, enterprise will reside in Africa. So go back to the previous slide. And the rising sun. It's not sunset, so the glass happens, the rising sun. So the question to every one of us here tonight is, we've heard the story of MTN, a regional or pan-African multinational that decided to take advantage of what they saw in Nigeria, keeping view they were punished when they took advantage of this opportunity. What they did, they calculated and came to Nigeria, and today it's a huge success. We've seen, read, or discussed here the case of Yagi. We've seen other examples, Dangote, etc. The question to every one of us here, both local and foreign investors, is when we tell the story in 10 years' time, when we tell the story in 10 years' time, whose story are we going to share like this? Whose story are we going to share like this? We're not going to be celebrating people who said, yes, we saw what's in Nigeria, but we're away. We'll be celebrating those who saw what's in Nigeria, realize that Nigeria does have its own voice and challenges as other economies have, but decided, despite all of the prevention, to Nigeria. So the question is again, whose story